Good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in your part of the world. This is King B News and Views with another video, and this video is going to be about the H5N1 or bird flu. All right. So, if you've been following, if you're a subscriber to my channel, you know that I've been following this bird flu that's been going around. I have a few videos on the topic, and this is going to be another one. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe and like the video. Click the notification bell and make sure you click the bell to all. And also, uh, click your profile, your YouTube profile picture. Go to your settings, your general settings, and you will need to turn on make sure your subscription is turned on there also, because when YouTube did their last update, they turned that off. So even if you click your notification bell to all, there's been this issue of people not getting notified, and that is why. So click your YouTube profile picture, then click the settings wheel, go into your general settings, and I believe it's going to be the second one from the top. It'll say get notified for your subscriptions. You need to make sure that is turned on. All right. And leave a comment down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And please do share the videos as well so more people can know what's going on in our world today. All right. So I came across this article, and this was released Friday, May 24th of this year. And this is, I'm on the NIH.gov website, or the National Institute of Health. All right. And they released this on the 24th of May. And it says high H5N1 influenza levels found in mice given raw milk from infected dairy cows. All right, let's get into this article. Mice administered raw milk samples from dairy cows infected with H5N1 influenza experience high levels in their respiratory organs and lower virus levels in other vital organs. So it says what? Mice administered raw milk samples from dairy cows infected with H5N1 influenza experienced high virus levels in their respiratory organs and lower virus levels in other vital organs, according to findings published in the New England Journal of Medicine. The results suggest that consumption of raw milk by animals poses a risk for H5N1 infection and raises questions about its potential risk in humans. Now remember, there was an article that came out not too long ago about H5N1 bird flu strain being found in cow's milk and milk. But according to the article and what was put out, they claimed that there was no threat to people, and that the milk was still safe to consume. I have done a video about that, right, where I've read that article. So again, you need to check my previous videos out, right? So I've stated in previous videos, we can't trust what they say. And when they put out this information in media, we need to be able to separate the weeds from the grass, or separate the truth from the bull, okay? Because they don't always tell 100% truth. And I've also stated in previous videos, and this is my opinion, that we are under attack. You know, this is a form of warfare, in my opinion. You know, as I've said before, warfare is not just fought on a battleground where it's tanks and fighter jets and guns and weapons. You know, these days warfare is being fought, you know, using science and viruses and you know, our food, as well as they're using insects and you know robots and many robots. They got robots as small as that look like bugs flying around. Look what they've been doing with the mosquitoes, right? And then they grew these mosquitoes in the lab, and then they released them over, and I don't remember. I know there was some event going on. I don't remember what state, but they released these mosquitoes over the crowd, and the people had to flee. They had to leave, right? And these mosquitoes was infected with something. These things are being intentionally done. We have to pay attention to this. We got all this talk of war and rumors of war with Russia and China, but we need to recognize that the war has already begun a long time ago, right? They're attacking us with the food, with insects and viruses and so-called vaccines. That's not really a vaccine at all. I'm talking about the mRNA and so on and so forth. And we need to recognize this and pay attention. And we also need to come together, and take a stand. So we have a bit of a contradiction here, because they said the cow milk was safe, even though it have the strain. They found the strain, the bird flu strain H5N1 in cow's milk, that it was still safe to buy and safe to consume. Well, here comes the National Institute of Health saying that there's a potential risk in humans, right? The consumption of raw milk by animals. All right, let's continue on. Since 2003, H5N1 influenza viruses have circulated in 23 countries, primarily affecting wild birds and poultry, with about 900 human cases, primarily among people who have had close contact with infected birds. In the past few years, however, a highly pathogenic avian influenza virus called HPAI H5N1 has spread to infect more than 50 animal species, and in late March, the United States reported a viral outbreak among dairy cows in Texas. To date, 52 cattle herds across 9 states have been affected, with 2 human infections detected in farm workers with conjunctivitis. Conjunctivitis is, I believe that's a form of pink eye. Although the virus has so far shown no genetic evidence of acquiring the ability to spread from person to person, public health officials are closely monitoring the dairy cow situation as part of overarching pandemic preparedness efforts. To assess the risk of H5N1 infection by consuming raw milk, researchers from the University of Wisconsin-Madison and Texas A&M Veterinary Medical Diagnostic Laboratory fed droplets of raw milk from infected dairy cattle to 5 mice. The animals demonstrated signs of illness, including lethargy, on day 1 and were euthanized on day 4 to determine organ virus levels. The researchers discovered high levels of virus in the animals' nasal passages, trachea, lungs, and moderate to low virus levels in other organs, consistent with H5N1 infections found in other mammals. Okay, now let me pause right there. Now you remember the third person found to be infected with H5N1 showed signs of new symptoms, right? Nasal congestions and had nasal congestion, coughing, similar to what they found in the mice. All right, are you catching this? Are you paying attention to this? Remember, the first 2 just had conjunctivitis or pink eye. The third person had new symptoms, congestion, coughing, and so on and so forth. Okay. And also, there's a man in Mexico who have succumbed to or lost his life bird flu, a different strain of bird flu, H5N2, in Mexico. All right, let's continue. In addition to the mice studies, the researchers also tested to determine which temperatures and time intervals inactive H5N1 virus in raw milk from dairy cows. 4 milk samples with confirmed high H5N1 levels were tested at 63 degrees Celsius or 145.4 degrees Fahrenheit for 5, 10, 20, and 30 minutes, or at 72 degrees Celsius or 161.6 degrees Fahrenheit for 5, 10, 15, 20, and or 30 seconds. Each of the time intervals at 63 degrees Celsius successfully killed the virus. At 72 degrees Celsius, virus levels were diminished but not completely inactivated after 15 and 20 seconds. The authors emphasize, however, that their laboratory study was not identical to large-scale industrial pasteurization of raw milk and reflect experimental conditions that should be replicated with direct measurement of infected milk and commercial pasteurization equipment. So this is reading like they have like an experiment. They've been experimenting with these bird flu strains. Okay. In a separate experiment, the researchers stored raw milk infected with H5N1 at 4 degrees Celsius or 39.2 degrees Fahrenheit for 5 weeks and found only a small decline in virus levels, suggesting that the virus in raw milk may remain infectious when maintained at refrigerated temperatures. To date, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, concludes that the totality of evidence continues to indicate that the commercial milk supply is safe. While laboratory benchtop studies provide important and useful information, there are limitations that challenge inferences to real-world commercial processing and pasteurization. The FDA conducted an initial survey of 297 retail dairy products collected at retail locations in 17 states and represented products produced at 132 processing locations in 38 states. All of the samples were found to be negative for viable virus. These results underscore the opportunity to conduct additional studies that closely replicate real-world conditions. FDA, in partnership with USDA, is conducting pasteurization validation studies, including the use of homogenizer and continuous flow pasteurizer. Additional results will be made available as soon as they are available. The National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, part of the National Institutes of Health, funded the work of the University of Wisconsin-Madison researchers. All right. And this is talking about the article, Cow Milk Containing H5N1 Influenza Virus Heat Inactivation and Infectivity in Mice, New England Journal of Medicine. All right, and that's the end of this article. But so they've been doing these experiments, seeing at what temperatures make the virus inactive, or at what temperature it slows it down, but the virus is still active. Okay. So this was a very interesting read right here. And as I said before, I'm going to continue to closely monitor and keep following up and making follow-up videos on this topic, as well as other topics. So this is King B News and Views with another important video. Like, share, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. All right, stay tuned for the next video. Remember, love yourself unconditionally, keep your loved ones close, protect the babies and children always, and protect our women. Shout out to all the natural born women out there. Remember to go over your plans. Have multiple plans so you and your group and your loved ones are prepared, so you'll be able to handle whatever circumstances may come your way. All right. Stay safe out there. For those of you who are out west, handling out in this heat, remember to pace yourself. If you are out there exercising, getting a workout in, or you are working, especially for those of you who work outside, remember to pace yourself, stay hydrated. All right, stay hydrated. And yeah, there's reports of I continue to see reports of companies and jobs taking away water breaks from their employees. And I'm going to tell you like this. I've said it once, I'll say it again, and I'm going to continue to say this. No job, no amount of money is worth your health, is worth your life. All right? No job is more important than you and your loved ones, your family. Okay? For those of you working out there, if you're dealing with that, a situation where you have a job and they're telling you, they're taking away water breaks, then you should really think about walking away from that job. I know I would. Right? I know I would. You can always find another job or, work for yourself. Don't sell yourself short. If you work multiple jobs, depending on how old you are, you work multiple jobs, you got to just sit and think about it and realize the truth that through the different jobs you've worked, you have learned a number of different skills that you can use to work for yourself. Or if you have a little know-how on how to work a computer or a laptop, there's a lot of different hustles that you can do online to where you can work online and at home, and earn your income that way. But my whole point is you can always find a way to make some money to take care of yourself or your family, but something happens to you, there's not going to be another you to who's going to come around and be able to be there for your family, your loved ones. So just keep that in mind. Okay, please do keep that in mind. But again, this is King B News and Views. Shout out to each and every one of you. Be safe out there. Till the next video. Peace.